I had a lot of concern and insecurity about what was coming in the future. And if it didn't look locked down, I would worry about it, which strikes me as funny now, actually, because nothing's locked down no matter what you think anyway, you know. And to be honest, a lot of it had to do with spending time with Sid because he lived that way. And it was foreign to me when I first saw it. You know, I thought you had to worry about what was coming or worried about what's gone by or feel guilty about this or that, you know. And over time, as we started to have more insights about the nature of life, that it really is a dream. You know, like we think reality is that there's an objective reality, but there really isn't. Everybody's looking at this life through the lens of their thinking. There's no getting around that, you know. So when you start to consider that, it opens up the possibility that the dream is actually more fluid than you thought it was. The lack of fluidity is just related to the abundance of thinking, you know. And so what's been interesting over the years is as we've let go of that and gotten more relaxed and been more in the present, things have a magical way of working out, and I've learned to trust that for the most part, to just really trust it because it comes out way better than anything you could ever plan. Now that doesn't mean that if you're going to do something in London in 3 months, you don't have to buy your tickets and plan on being there on time. But you don't have to be thinking about it all the time, you know? And to me, that's a form, a really basic form of freedom. To put it in an extreme comment, you could say it's the freedom from the tyranny of your own thinking, you know? And really what that's moving towards is the ability to be in the now more. And the now, the present, this moment right now, is where all the goodies are. The goodies are not in your thinking. It's just not, you know? And so over the years, it's become more and more natural to live that way. And that, you know, I'm not saying I do that all the time now, because I don't. I get caught up and I start thinking every once in a while. But it's just amazing to me how you can just live in the flow. And what happens in that flow is magical. And it's just way more than you could ever plan. I mean, I look at Jan and I's life, our whole life. There's no way you could have planned it since we met Sid Banks and discovered the principles. There's no way in a million years you could have planned what's happened to us. The adventures that we've had, the people we've met, the places we've been. And I can honestly say that 99% of the time we were never looking for one of those events or one of those places or one of those people. They flowed into our life in a very magical way. Once you see what you want and what you do, you go do it, you know, and then maybe some planning does come in because you know what you want to do. It's the constant ruminating about where I should be and what I should be doing that gets in the way. I'm not talking about being passive and just hoping things work out. I'm talking about living in a state of mind where you see, really see what's in front of you and respond to it as such, as such. And there's magic in that. There's magic in living outside of your thinking about what should be, could be, would be. You know, and as far as the control thing, you know, like that sense of having to have control, I don't mean to be facetious. Well, maybe I do mean to be facetious, but I would ask myself, how did that work out for you when you were trying to do it? I don't remember it working out too good, you know, other than being stressed and upset when it didn't go the way you wanted it to, expectations not being met and creating bad feelings out of that. You know, it's the life that we've gotten to live has been so far beyond any expectation that I ever had in my life, you know, that I've learned to trust that for the most part.